or LeBron and AD were very clear with like, let Russ be Russ. Like we heard that a lot.
Yeah, but that wasn't true.
That's what I was going to say. Did you ever, I mean,
So let's be honest.
Yeah, did you ever feel like? What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and man, LeBron James is possibly going to break that record tonight, or he'll definitely break it later this week, if not tonight. But man, let's take a look at this. Russell Westbrook's brother Ray is not feeling the disrespect of his brother. Now, shortly after that ESPN interview with Michael Wilbon and LeBron James came out, he replied, LOL, this is wild, man. Taking up for his little brother, and he liked a lot of tweets about how the Lakers and LeBron James are disrespecting Russell Westbrook. And guys, now we remember that awkward exchange during the exit interviews last year where they asked Russell Westbrook about how AD and LeBron let him be himself, and he was like, well, we know that's not true. You know, he pretty much said, like, that's a lie. Don't put that out there without me checking it. So Russ said that. Then we have video of Russ and LeBron in the back, and Bron was coming up to hug him. You know, I guess, I don't know if it was during halftime or before the game or whatever like that. And Russ kind of just gives him a little brush off hug or whatever. He might have just been in his zone, but this was during the times of these talks. You know, LeBron, he said a couple of things, like he was like, duh, we want Kyrie, pretty much, when he was speaking to the reporters. And then when he spoke to Wilbon, he talked about how disappointed he was in not getting Kyrie and that he's now refocused. So at one point you were focused on not having Russell Westbrook on the roster while he was currently on the roster. So, man, the man has to feel somewhat disrespected, man. I mean, at this point, right, it seems like there's him and AD, and then Russ as the third guy. They kind of pushed him off by the way he's playing. And last year, yes, Russ had a horrible season. But since he's gone to the bench, he still makes some turnovers and some things. But Russ has been a positive for the team, in my opinion. You know, he's helped pull some games out in his new role, and he's accepted that role. Yeah, he makes the money he makes, but at the same time, let's not forget, and I love LeBron James as a player, but let's not forget, didn't they want DeMar DeRozan or somebody like that? And he was like, go get me Russ. He wanted Russ worse. He wanted Russ worse than he wanted whoever else that was. I think it was DeMar DeRozan. So some of this is on him, and now he wants to move Russ, but his value went there and diminished, you know, partly because, you know, Russ is not a good shooter. He can't play not being ball dominant, and I think LeBron should have saw that from the gate. He should have saw that, hey, I like to have the ball in my hands. He like to have the ball in his hands, and he's not a good shooter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he could get in a little groove when he's always got the ball, but he's not a guy that can play off of me. I thought that was obvious. So if they could have went and got a nice player like DeRozan, yeah, DeRozan might not be the best three-point shooter, but you know, as far as mid-range, you know, DeRozan could have got it going, especially the year he had last year. If you combine that with AD and LeBron, that would have been real dangerous, man. And even if AD would have went out with injury, that still would have been a much more formidable matchup, you know what I'm saying, for most opponents. But man, this is what Darvin Ham had to say about Russell Westbrook.
Darvin, how's Russ's mentality as he goes through another round of kind of all this again?
Showing up, doing his job, being a professional, and that's all you can do for any of us. You know, this is an unforgiving business in terms of different coverage, in terms of covering scenarios, dealing with rumors, different things happening. All you can do is put your head down and do your work and try to remain as professional as possible, and he's done that.
How's he accepted or not accepted his changing role at the end of games? Obviously, you know, he's been consistent coming off the bench and seems to have found, living with that to some extent, but it can kind of change in the end of games. How are you seeing him handle that?
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. You know, it's we go with whoever we feel like is a good combination of guys to finish with. He's been out there in a ton of games, finishing games for us, and sometimes he hasn't.
And so, guys, another reason I feel like Russ probably feels overly disrespected, man, is because AD has been out far too long. He was talking like Russ need to suck it up and everybody need to come in and be professional. AD be making these statements like he's not injured all the time. Yeah, you're a very talented player, but Russ is putting in way more work than you, buddy, for the team. I get sick of AD talking so absolute and he's out, you know. Russ might not be playing the way you want him to play, but he's playing more than you're playing, you know. And so that's one thing I really don't like, hearing AD. It's been a couple of things he said when they asked him about Russ that I ain't been the biggest fan of. And you know, and I'm not absolving Russ for his wrongdoings out there on the court. You know, he needs to slow down. He needs to make better decisions. You know, but I get he is who he is at this point. Those aren't correctable things at this point. But yeah, man, AD, he's talking like he's LeBron, and that's problematic. It's very problematic. And I don't think LeBron should have talked about his disappointment. That interview was rather peculiar, timing and everything. You know, it's one thing to talk about the record, but as far as the Kyrie question, you know, he could have kept it how he kept it in that other interview where he was saying, like, that's a Rob Pelinka question. You know, they go out and get him or whatever. But to be disappointed and Russ to know he was included in that trade, I mean, this isn't just a player. Yeah, he's fallen off a significant amount, but he's still a former MVP, man. Been to the finals, 1-2 punch with KD, and Russ, you know, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish the man got a little more respect, though. I will say that, man. I will say that. But, hey, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.
LeBron and AD were very clear with, like, let Russ be Russ. Like, we heard that a lot.
Yeah, but that wasn't true.
That's what I was going to say. Did you ever, I mean,
So let's be honest.
Yeah, did you ever feel like